A friend back home called me that she lost her mom and they're about to do the funeral. So I sent 30,000 for condolence. That day, Lemonade was frustrating. So the next day, I had to call her to be sure if she got the alert or not, because I've not seen notification that the money is successful. She was like, there was 30,000 she got in her account and blah blah blah. I said, okay, I just want to be sure, because Lemonade is frustrating. That's the app we use in making transfer. So the next thing I had was, okay, thank you, but I was expecting something more. I was like, how much are you expecting? She started laughing. I was like, no, be serious now. How much are you expecting? She said at least like 150k or 200k. You know, say you big person now. I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry. I don't know why people see people abroad as if they are plucking money from the tree. I don't know. I never had that mentality, even when I was back home in Africa. I never had that mentality that people abroad pluck money from the tree. I never had that mentality. Any amount I get, I used to be very appreciative, but it is what it is.
In any situation of this nature, sometimes I'm always guilty of it. Because these are some of the things we said to our relatives back then who lived abroad. I would believe that whatever they are earning is way, way bigger than even some state governor. As a result of that, if they send money, we now begin to make inquiry. When you compare it to the currency they are receiving overseas, how much will it translate into our local currency? For instance, somebody sent me for 20,000 naira. Instead of me to appreciate back then, I will be looking for a way to make inquiry. How much is that in euro? By the time I discovered that maybe it's just about 5 euro. Instead of me to say thank you, the next thing I will be saying, just common 5 euro was the one you sent to me. As if I'm the one working the money for the person. Because we already have that notion. They pay per hour, yeah. How much is hour? Probably as at that time, maybe 7 euro per hour. And sometimes you always tell them that I can do 12 hours. You will use that same 12 hours times 7 euro or 10 euro. It all depends on the amount. Then you now know the amount is getting a day. Forgetting that same person has so many bills to settle. He will eat at his place of work, pay house rent, transportation, to and fro. How many days is going to work? And the same person we are talking about do sometimes fall sick, but they will not tell you back home. Then, outside that, he still have to maintain his or herself. Clothes, cream, television bill, phone bill, every other bill that is supposed to be paid is inside whatever that salary is receiving at the end of the month. Forgetting that the government will also take their own percentage of tax away from it. By the time those things are now be taken away, you discover that whatever the person is getting is almost like a peanut. This time, council tax will be there. This time, you're going to pay for the cooking gas, electricity bills, and every other bills. All of them are that same amount of money that we just calculate without removing some of those things. Believes that the person is making 10,000 euro, 10,000 pounds a month, even dollar, and all that. So, it's a mentality we need to eradicate so that people now begin to appreciate any little assistance given to them. So I want to tell everybody out there, it is not a bed of roses. They don't pluck money on trees. If they give you, or you worked maybe 100 pounds a month, 25% of that amount of money goes to the government, which happens to be the tax. Outside that, the little that is being given to you, you are going to manage it within house rent, every other taxes you need to pay, including the food you are going to eat and every other thing. So by the time those things are now removed, you discover that what is left with you is also to an extent okay, but not what you guys are expecting back home. Try to appreciate any little effort given to you. Nobody owes you nothing. That spirit of entitlement, you must do it for me. If he doesn't give it to you, heaven will not go fall. But you just need to do it, appreciate it. Anyway, I pray that God Almighty grant you the wisdom to understand it. Once again, share and follow the people. Thank you.